Why is it that without fail, whenever you set your alarm for the first day of work, first day of class, first day of anything, any sort of important event, your phone decides to make an update and completely destroy that alarm that you set? Yeah, not fun. Not cool, bro. Alright, boys, we've got the bowl. In the bowl, we've got 3 eggs, 185 grams of 93.7 beef, and ketchup to tie everything together and bring us mental clarity. By mental clarity, I mean positive vibes. Is that the right usage of the word? It makes me actually, it makes it so it's not mush in the mouth. There's actual flavor. I don't even have MSG in there. Just finished off work, first day of work as a substitute teacher this time around. I've been a sub before, but new era, kind of. It's the last week of school, so there's only 2 days that I can sub for the rest of the school year. And just finished off day 1 of that. And it's elementary school, and it's kind of weird how aggressive isn't the right word, but how aggressive the cognitive development from year to year is, because first graders, they do not know personal space with each other or how to play not without tackling each other. And then second graders and beyond, they're like, let's play soccer. And they understand rules to games and stuff. So it's like as they got older, they got better and better at following directions. So it was an experience. I'm going back again tomorrow. And so it was also kind of funny because the only other male presence in the entire school, they're the only 2 males in the school, were the custodian and the assistant principal. So all the kids were like, "Are you going to be the new assistant principal?" I was like, no. I'm surprised they let me be in charge of children, let alone be an assistant principal. That's not happening. And then one kid was like, "Can you sign my yearbook?" And then completely forgot about it. So, an experience. I'm going to go home, going to eat, and then we're headed to the gym for a squat day. All right, boys, and we've got the bowl. We've got 200 grams of Colossal Berry Crunch, Walmart brand Captain Crunch berries, with 16 ounces of Fairlife fat-free milk. But I'm a little tired, so I'm going about it 2 different ways. Either I'm hungry, 3 different ways. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. This is off-brand Crystal Light. So drink 24 ounces of water or coffee in case I'm like actually sleepy. So caffeine to replace sleep, because I did sleep over 8 hours, but my Fitbit said the sleep wasn't real sleep for 8 hours. It was like 7:49 or something. 7.5 is fine, but down the hatch. It's munching time. Buddy, really? No, buddy, come here. No, buddy, come. Come here. You getting yourself into trouble? Are you being a jerk? He sees a cat. He wants to be a cat's friend, but the cat doesn't want to be his friend. He says the cat's racist. So I was prepping up my protein shake, my post-cereal protein shake, and I was thinking about filling up my other shaker cup with the carb powder. So I ended up filling this way too much. It's going to be really watered down. I don't like that. But the things we do for gains. It was like a LaCroix protein shake. 7 out of 10. What do we have going on today? What is on the docket for squats today? We've got
I should have probably checked. I know it's sets of 8 at 525. Whether or not it's 3 or 4 sets of 8 is for the lifting gods to determine. But that's what we got going on today. Making sure that so last week we were doing sets of 4, and I was like, yes, sets of 4. We're getting back to normal stuff that's easy to count and keep track in the head, stuff that I don't have to mentally manipulate myself into finishing, because you're like, oh, sets of 8, that's hard. And then you do 2 and you're like, I might only squeak out 4. And then you get 4 and you're like, all right, I'm halfway there. I can't pansy out now. And then you get to 6 and you're like, 2 left. And then the last 2 reps, you're like, yes, I did it. I'm strong. Ain't nobody messing with me. I'm the almighty and powerful. That's usually how sets of 8 go. In case you were wondering what the faces I will be making while performing today's squats will be. So we've got either 3 or 4 sets of 8 at 525, and you'll know immediately what I'm doing because, you're about to watch that. And then, what is it? I don't remember what it is. We got accessories. You're gonna believe me that we've got accessories. And gee willikers, what is the accessories? I'm coming up blank because I'm just thinking about the accessories on deadlift days, which would be Friday. So you guys are gonna see what accessories are on. It's really bothering me that I don't have it memorized. I've done this training day so many times, and it's like the change that goes on is like 90% of it is like 99% of the changes that go on, the zones that have the adaptation are the main movement, and the main movement is the squats. So it's 3x8 on squats. Wow, I'm really zeroed in and focused on that one thing. Now, last week, in my Facebook memories, popped up me sharing Joe Sullivan's 525 attempt at breaking the rep all-time world record set by Tom Platz, which has since been broken like twice by 2 other people who were like, man, I could probably do that. One of them being Mitch Hooper. Could I do that? Probably not. I don't have the endurance for that. Would I ever want to do that? I kind of feel like that's dots. It's like reps are dots. Nobody cares what you can do for 25. That would be pretty sick though. Oh shoot. My earbuds just fell out of my pocket. I'm gonna have to fish them out of the black hole. No one cares what you can do for 25. People care about what you can do for 1. So, would I ever want to do it? Maybe when I'm just done and I'm trying to be athletic and trying to fix the damage that I've done to my health pursuing the heaviest total ever. Because I'm aware being over 300 pounds is not healthy, and I will eventually get back down under 300 when I'm done powerlifting, after I've done what I've come to do, which is set the all-time world record total. And it's not going to happen this year. Our next meet is the American Pro 3 in Winchester, Virginia. It's the first or second weekend, the weekend of the 7th, I believe, in November. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's such a gross saying. Keep your eyes on the lookout, looking for that, because I'm gonna have the biggest total there. So the Reach Rumble, which is happening in, it's either September or October. Lonely looking big titty goth GFs. Sad. The Reach Rumble took the majority of the heavy lifters because it's guaranteeing at least $1,000 for everyone, which is more than the payout at most meets for first place. Not for first place, but anything other than first place. First place will be like $5,000, and it's based on dots, and anyone who puts up a big total isn't really going to be up for that dots. And like Best lift might get like $100, maybe $20 if you're lucky. I got nothing for heaviest squat at the American Pro last year. I got a non-competition legal Kabuki power bar for having the biggest bench at the Ghost Clash 3. So, not really getting rewarded for having the biggest of anything other than dots at these meets, which is kind of, I don't like dots. Dots is a sponsored claim that if I were that big, I could do that too. To which I say, then do it. Then do it. I personally don't like dots. Like, Dan Bell goes from being like top, like he's number 1 all time, 2606 for total. But putting it into dots, he's like 57th. So you're telling me there's 56 people out there that can total 2606 if they got up to 400 pounds? No. Pretty much none of them can. No. And so I have a quarrel with dots, and I don't like it, which is why a lot of the t-shirts that I have in my Printify store, link in the bio, say, I don't want to swear in this video because YouTube doesn't like swearing. But it expresses my displeasure for dots in a non-family friendly way. Anyways, we're at the traffic light before the gym. I did not run through any stop signs today. Not that I've ever done that before, on accident or on purpose. So, I'll see you guys with the stuff I'm doing. Ow! I keep forgetting that the goblet squat holds are a part of the program. So I was like, what else? And then we've got some, we've got contralateral split squats, and then abs. That's okay. Weighted sit-ups. So we've got our pre-fatigue work, which is roller coasters and lat prayers, and then goblet squat holds with the weight out in front of us, kind of tapping into that neural connection, and then we got the squats, either 3 or 4 by 8 at 525, and then we've got contralateral split squats, 4 by 12 per leg, which I hate those because it makes my knees hurt, which is probably exactly why we're doing it, because other than that, my knees don't hurt. So it's doing something good. And then we've got weighted sit-ups. So now I'm pulling into the gym. I've talked your guys' ear off for about 8 minutes now, and it's time for me to just be quiet and not speak to any humans for the next hour and a half, which that's a lie, because if anyone talks to me at the gym, I'm gonna respond because it's respectful. Heading out. All right, I just had a thought. What if the average woman is so slim because they always have tummy aches from being lactose intolerant, and they just shit their brains out constantly, and they're not able to properly absorb the nutrients and all the macros that they eat? So they can bottomless pit themselves, but they're going to shit everything out anyways 20 minutes later. So it's like they don't gain any weight because they're constantly shitting. The more you know. It's the concept of waist trimming diarrhea. Don't Google that. You'll probably find some good answers if you do. You ever get in your car shirtless and like you turn the AC on and it immediately makes your nipples hard, and then your seatbelt is on its like destiny path to slice your nipples up? What's up, boys? We just had a good squat day. Now, I was a little nervous going in with the amount of volume that we would have to do today, because at the beginning, right after the Ghost Clash, we had 525 for sets of, it was either 6 or 8, and we kept going hypoglycemic, which means that my body was running out of carbohydrates, and it was not fun, and I had to wait for my intra-set carbs to kick in to make the world stop spinning. And so we've addressed that problem. It's all because it's not diabetes. It's like the opposite of diabetes, where I've got enough muscle mass that I require more sustenance to keep me going. Like if you watch the Eddie Hall switches his daily diet with his wife, and mentions in the video that he has a jar or a thing of honey on hand just in case he goes hypoglycemic, and that's kind of like what was going on with me. I was not getting enough carbs in pre-training, but my nutritionist Brianni Terry and my coach Joe Sullivan have addressed that, and let's talk about the training day today, boys and girl. What up? So 525 3x8. I aimed for 4 minutes of rest because back when it was programmed, I had 4 minutes of rest programmed, and the program right now doesn't have any sort of rest period manipulation going on, but 4 minutes is good. It's pretty good. And so set one, pretty good. While I was warming up, I have patellar tendonitis in my left knee, and we've been trying to address that, but I spent a lot of time on my feet today, working lunch recess at the school this morning, and so my knee was a little inflamed from being on my feet for so long, for 3 hours straight. I probably should have worn shoes with more support rather than my Pokemon Crocs. But do you have any idea, if you're a man, I mean, you're all men, except for Mary, how often do you get complimented on anything? Never. Literally never. One old lady at the gas station will call you handsome, and you hold on to that forever. Do you have any idea how many children today told me that they liked my Crocs? I got Pokemon Crocs. It was amazing. I'm on like this lifetime high right now based on how many children told me that they liked my Crocs. I even had a conversation with a first grader today. She was like, my favorite Pokemon are Pikachu, Eevee, and all the evolutions. I was like, yeah, those are pretty cool, but my favorite Pokemon is Magikarp. Because I, back before the American Pro, my homie, Shane Haller, he was like, let me handle you. And I was like, how can I repay you? He was like, you knit me a hat, knit me a beanie. And I was like, homie, that is like zero effort, knitting a beanie. I'm basically already doing that when I'm trying to do my finger recovery stuff. Homie, I'm not just making you a beanie, I'm making you a Pokemon themed beanie. So I made him a Magikarp hat, like the mouth go on head, and it turned out. The good thing about Magikarp is the derpier it looks, the better it is. And this hat came out, it was my first ever artistic knitting piece. And this hat came out really derpy, so it was absolutely perfect. So I told this little girl, I was like, I like Magikarp. I like knowing how much potential someone who doesn't seem very useful now can be later on in life. And she was like, I'm not making eye contact, I'm just gonna walk in the other direction. I was like, cool. Hopefully I had some inspirational words for this first grader. And so I've been rambling for 5 minutes at this point, and I haven't talked about squats yet. First set, good. A little bit of patellar tendonitis and warming up, but the knee sleeves kind of alleviated that a little bit. I think I was squatting to my right. Leg a little bit because of the pain that was going on during warm-ups due to the patellar tendonitis. I just need to stretch my quads a little more on my off days and kind of put that knee into flexion and extension and kind of stretch it out like that. Stretching not under a load, because my leg extension machine doesn't get enough range of motion to be actually beneficial for literally anything. So set one, pretty good. Set two, it was going good until rep 6. rep 6 came about, and I was like, I pooped myself. Because, so, I've been running myself into the ground as of late. Trying to make sure that I'm trying to take care of other people while taking care of myself, which that's a recipe for disaster. You got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Kind of like the plain oxygen masks, where even if the bag does not inflate, there's still oxygen running through it. So I collapsed twice this past weekend, and I've decided that I'm not caring about anyone else, and I'm actually taking initiative to take better care of myself, and not really care too much as to how much I'm getting yelled at for not caring about other people, because I can't. It's not in the cards for me at this moment, and I've been better at taking my supplements. But while I was in that self-destructive cycle, I was forgetting to take one of my crucial supplements, which is psyllium seed husk. That was a mistake. So psyllium seed husk, I don't know what it does, but it's got something to do with bowel health, and I have IBS. So the frequency in which I have a nasty squat is higher than the average person, but the psyllium seed husk reduces that number. And at my last meet, I PR'd by having my underwear survive the entire meet. I also drank an entire bottle of Imodium to do so, but it counts. It counts. But rep 6, I pooped, and I was like, And it was a little bit in my head for rep 7 and 8. So rep 8 was a little icky. Boys, set 3, rep 3, I do a little poopy. And I'm like, okay. Maybe it's not going to be too bad. Rep 4, I feel it slide a little. And I'm like, shh. You can see my face. Face was, oh no. Every single rep, it's probably going to leak down my leg. So, every single rep afterwards, I was like, oh no. And then, rep 8 was a little, I got folded a little bit, but I still lucked it out. I mean, it's only 525. But that's how squats went. I checked my underwear after squats. So if you poop yourself, you go immediately to the bathroom. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. That is, you don't want to be walking around with stanky. You don't want to have a dirty diaper. So the underwear survived. Somehow the underwear survived. No poopy got in the underwear. So pat myself on the back for that. Contralateral split squats. My right knee was sticking a little bit. I don't know if it was in set 1 or set 2, but it was sticking a little bit, which, not the knee, but the, behind the knee was sticking a little bit, which made it a little difficult to get through. And then, the weighted sit-ups, we used 10 pounds for that, and they felt really good. So we just got home, and we got a dirty look for being in the driveway. Nothing I can do about that. I'm talking to you boys. But I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go shower, because that's important to do after you have a day like that, a squat day like that. And I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do while I'm prepping my food and eating. So I'll see you boys with some food. We have the bowl.
What is in the bowl? Not what should be in the bowl. We're having a bit of an autism moment. I have to wake up I have to go to bed 2 hours earlier than I would have to go to bed at yesterday. That was not a grammatically correct sentence. I have to go to bed 2 hours earlier than I did yesterday, so I woke up 2 hours later today, so I'm losing about 4 hours of time. That means that I'm losing one meal, and I have to have, we basically have the same thing that we had yesterday.
So we've got 8 ounces of pasta, rigatoni. We've got 240 grams of 93.7 beef, and we've got some cheese on top. I forgot to make my rice. I'm running out of time. And I forgot to pick up guacamole at the store. So we wouldn't have had all the materials we need in order to eat the food that we need to eat today. And also we're missing a meal, so we need more fats. We need more calories, so we opted into that. So that is justified autism. If you're looking for the textbook definition of justifying your own actions despite them not being probably what you should be doing, there you have it. So we've got this, but yesterday I had mozzarella because that's what you put in Italian food. I checked the fridge today. There was no mozzarella. There was only sharp white cheddar cheese. So we're going out on a limb today and trying this bad boy. If it's bad, we're suffering. If it's good, hooray. Also, what might be going on is when you consume cheese, the way that your brain reacts to cheese is the same way that your brain reacts to heroin. So cheese is basically heroin for rich white people or middle-class white people. So we may be stuck in that trap right now because the autism is screaming for it. It might not be the autism. It might just be the chemical imbalances in my brain. Is that close enough to autism? I don't know. But anyways, the bowl, the show, the boy. And to finish off the night, we've got ourselves a nightcap. Is that a phrase people still use? Ooh, I got some cheese in my beard. So, the cheddar in... Get out of there. Get out. Get out. Get out. No. Out. 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 So, everyone should have a beard. Great example why. There we go. Do people still use the phrase nightcap? I haven't heard it since anyone canceled Baby It's Cold Outside. But we've got the protein. And it's whatever 2 scoops is. So it says that 1 scoop is 47 grams, so it's about 90 grams of whey protein. And you best believe the gas I've had last night after having something similar and today is glorious. It is glorious. I could cause an evacuation of not just my bowels, but an entire room with the gases I've got going on. Chunky. Fun fact, if you take Dianabol, your nut can come out chunky, and not all girls like that. Not all girls like that. Anyways, if you like the video, if even better, send it to a homie who's not cool so that they can become cool by watching this video and learning about waist trimming diarrhea. Subscribe, whatever man-slutting out I have to do at the end of these things. And see you guys in the next one. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to make a video on hypertrophy versus hyperplasia. Hyperplasia. I still got the New England going on. Hyperplasia. You guys know what I mean.